the 12 stages of healing uh, is a modality that uses breath, awareness, acknowledgements, and really engaging with our own energy around all of our different parts, from stages of suffering and discovery, from stages of transformation and claiming power, to stages of awakening and experiencing liberation, freedom, community. And it's a map that maps out all of these different stages of consciousness that will live within us. And a lot of people, I find, are identified with those states and stages of consciousness. And they're kind of sometimes hanging out in just a couple of stages, right? And I'll go through them just so we can have some. There's like states of suffering, states of blame or shame, states of feeling stuck, states of claiming power, states of merging through the illusion of our challenges, states of feeling ready and being ready to overcome the challenges. There's states of resolution, there's states of spaciousness and emptiness, there's states of receiving, states of ascension, states of giving and receiving our gifts at the highest level, and there's states of community. And the beautiful thing about this practice is having the awareness of like, oh shit, what state or stage of consciousness am I actually coming from? And they all have specific, like, they top out at specific levels of energy, right? And if we're in a state or stage of suffering, there are our thoughts and our emotions will reflect that. And the best thing that we can really do at that point in time is to, one, find a resource, which it might be another person. It might be placing our awareness on a part of ourselves that feels more safe and grounded. And so we want to find, this is kind of the duality that you're speaking about, is like, we want to find resource, right? Because resource is what's actually going to liberate the suffering. And so the first part is like, well, how can I get resource? Where can I get energy? Where can I get support here? And then the other aspect is getting getting directly with the suffering, getting with whatever is emerging in the moment. And if we can toggle back and forth between the suffering and the resource, we can start to unwind the suffering. We can start to bring resource to the suffering. We can break the illusion that we are the suffering, right? We can be like, oh, there's parts of me that are in resource, or you can reflect to me where there is resource. And then there are parts of me that are in suffering, and that's okay. That's part of the human experience. And it really starts to become magical when we can start to layer these on top of each other. We can be like, oh, in one moment, I can feel actually all of it, and it's totally okay. I can feel that there's part of me that's suffering. There's part of me that's like, doesn't feel safe with what's happening. But there's part of me that fully knows and fully trusts. And there's part of me that like knows my power and knows my essence. And I can allow myself to resource myself, right? So that I'm not like minimized to the suffering and identified with the suffering. I can start to identify with something greater. And so this is kind of where the healing and the awakening process starts to overlap, where I can start to resource states of awakening into my suffering, and I can start to like surrender my suffering,